What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Destiny. It's been such a long time. I've had to do so many re-recordings of this crap, but this one should finally be good to go. I feel like this is a good time to finally get back into Destiny and kind of talk about some things before we move on to House of Wolves, which will be after this series of videos. So, something I want to talk, well, actually, goodness, it's amazing how little I really knew about the scope of this game and how much there is to do in it, and really what the basis of this game was back when I last released a video about it, back when the Dark Below was out. There's a lot more to be done now, and oh boy, okay, a lot to talk about. So, let's start off with the basics, my three characters. So I have a level 32 Warlock. I finally hit light level 32, actually just yesterday. And unfortunately, I am still unable to raid, so the only way I was able to hit level 32 is through the Iron Banner. We'll get into that in a bit. I have my level 31 Titan, who actually was a higher rank than my Hunter for a while, but I haven't been using it much lately. I'm actually currently working on my Hunter in the Iron Banner, trying to get it to, or at least it won't hit level 32 this instance of the Iron Banner, but it'll get a few pieces of armor for it. But these are two newer characters. I deleted my old Titan and Hunter to make way for these two. They're both pretty good. I kind of just switch my weapons out between the three. That no one really has a set loadout or anything. In fact, most of my good stuff is sitting on my Warlock right now. And we're going to use my Warlock throughout these next few videos so I can show you guys some stuff. Some awesome stuff. And I don't know why there are upgrade symbols on these when these are all clearly fully upgraded. Okay, so since my last video, there's been a few patches that have come out. I believe about two. I believe a couple have come out. About two now since my last video. Just, you know, improving things in Destiny. One of the biggest improvements they made, however, though, was the ability to swap out weapons without having to go to the tower. They finally figured out a way to do that. They gave you a way of doing it on Bungie.net, as well as, oh man, I could probably get rid of one of these and get my last exotic in there, but Bungie.net, you can switch things there. There's also a Chrome app for it. There's the companion app on for iPhone and Android that you can use, and it just makes transitioning items a lot more seamless. Personally, I like the Chrome app the most, because with the Bungie.net, you can look at each individual character and look at everything in more detail. Now, the Chrome app doesn't allow you to look at stuff in detail, but you can click on a single weapon on any of your characters and then it will say, do you want to store or equip to any of the other characters, or just stick it straight in the vault, and you just with 2 clicks you can move your item literally wherever the heck you want. That's what makes that one so nice, and I actually prefer to use it more because it is faster. But the companion app and the website are still very useful. In fact, I am going to give you guys an example. So, real fast here. Even though I am going to the tower, I'm not going to the tower just to go to my vault, though. I want to show this real fast. So, what I'm going to do is here, I'm going to go into my menu really quickly. So, I do have this equipped. I'm actually going to switch to this real quick. And from my companion app, let me see if I can get this to work. So, let me go to my my gear, go to my primary weapons, go to Red Death, and equip item. And there it is. Now it switches out. I'm not going to put away the Badger CCL I had. I'm actually going to be putting away a different weapon, so I can get rid of, where was it? Timur's Lash. Let's put this one away. Move it to Vault. And then let me go to my Vault and watch this. If I go to my vault, there's a single exotic weapon I have sitting in here that I wanted to put away. Put back. There you are. Hello, Bad Juju. How are you doing? Okay, so that is how the companion app works. I can basically just do it on the fly. You can do that in a mission. You can pretty much do that whenever the heck you want, and it's pretty awesome. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to go right here, and I'm going to grab all of these bounties real fast. And we're going to be doing some missions while I show off all of the weapons that I've gotten in this game. Now, my Warlock I haven't really gotten into all that much. My Warlock is my main now. I love my Warlock. He's freaking awesome. He's been maxed out, pretty much freaking unstoppable for for the longest time. He's quite a beast. In fact, let me show you guys him real quick. So I actually don't have my usual loadout. This is my usual one. Now, unfortunately, I still am lacking a 36 light legendary helm. So if I'm going to switch to this, I can't be level 32, unfortunately. So if I want to stay 32, I have to have one of my exotic helmets equipped, and I can't have an exotic of any other type. I'll eventually get one. Don't worry. Again, I can't raid, so I can't get one that way. But as far as Iron Banner goes, I have these, so that's good. And as long as I have a helmet equipped, I can be 32. But let me show you all of his exotic armor pieces real fast. So we have Apotheos' Veil. This is actually my well, it's hard to say which one I actually like more. They're both. I say they're both average. I think I like every other exotic piece I have, armor piece I have more than my two helmets, but they're not bad. I am lacking what I consider to be the best exotic helmet, though, which is called Obsidian Mind. Whenever I get that, we'll get into it. Apotheos' Veil has this infusion, which a lot of exotic armor pieces do have. It replenishes health each time you pick up an Orb of Light. It also has this, immediately regenerate health on activating your super. That's the gimmick of this one. So when I run in with my super, or I'm about to die and I quickly activate, let's say, Radiance or something like that when I'm on Sunsinger, I get all my health back. So that's pretty useful. I mean, it's a situational thing, but it can be very useful, especially when you're in a jam. Skull of Dire Ahamkara. This is only for Voidwalker. You take damage you take reduced damage while using your Nova Bomb. It makes it really hard for you to kill. Very nice in PvP. Your Siphon abilities are also improved. Increases grenade throw distance and replenish super energy when you kill an enemy with a grenade. So, I mean, they're both decent. But I actually like my gauntlets and my chest pieces more. I don't think there are even any exotic Warlock boots yet. So Sunbreakers increases the duration of your solar grenade. This is incredibly useful for very close quarter areas. This is actually also very useful for when trying to, or at least getting through the first area of Crota's End. If you're soloing it with a Sunsinger, this can be very nice because what you can do is you can actually use solar grenades. It's basically kind of a shield. What you do is you lay it down, you stand in it, and none of the thrall will be able to even get to you while you pick them off. And I've done this when trying to solo Crota's End. I haven't been able to solo the whole raid yet, but as far as soloing the first part, this is the most useful way I've found to do it with a Warlock, although I'm sure there are better ways. Also, causing damage melee reduces your grenade cooldown, and then increases the reload speed of all special weapons. The one I think that's slightly better and more useful in more situations is Claws of Ahamkara. Gain an additional charge for Scorcher Energy Drain, basically your melee attack. You get a second charge for it. It's really, really nice, very useful. I think it's more useful with... Well, actually, I couldn't say that. It's very useful for Sunsinger when you have Force Barrier, because you hit an... Oh, Force Barrier. That's a Titan thing. What's it? It's one of the upgrades for Sunsinger. In fact, I can just go look at it right now. It's Flame Shield. There it is. When you use Flame Shield, it can be very nice because you could immediately put up your Flame Shield and then immediately put it up again when it goes down. And Flame Shield does last about 15 seconds, so it's very nice. It also increases melee attack speed. Before the patches, this didn't work, but luckily they finally fixed that. And this also increases the reload speed of all special weapons. Now we got the chest pieces, which are the ones I like the most, but unfortunately I can't be level 32 if I want to use them again. Heart of the Praxic Fire. This is a Sunsinger's Godsend. Praise the Sun. Further decreases all ability cooldowns while Radiance is active. You can basically throw grenades as fast as you can hit your bumper with this thing going. As fast as it'll basically let you throw grenades, period. Just chuck grenades all day when you've got Radiance going. It's pretty crazy. You also get increased amount of heavy weapon ammo, which is very nice to have, especially in Nightfalls. Fusion Rifle ammo also increases that. My favorite chest piece, because I like to run Voidwalker more, is Voidfang Vestments. Your Axion Bolt Grenade spawns an additional Seeker. Very nice for PvP. Get that third Seeker. It's also nice in PvE. Hand Cannon ammo, and then also Special Weapon ammo. And then the one I don't use as much, but could also be very useful in PvP, is Starfire Protocol. Gain an additional Fusion Grenade as if when you already have 2 as a Sunsinger. And then also heavy weapon ammo increased on this one as well, and then fusion rifle ammo. Very, very, very nice. Very nice. So I've been completely upgraded on both Voidwalker and Sunsinger for a while. Voidwalker I run very different. I definitely run it centered around speed. I'm very quick with my Voidwalker. In fact, I probably run it with more speed in mind than I do Blade Dancer on a Hunter, which is by and far the fastest subclass of any subclass in Destiny. I definitely run this with more speed in mind. I'm just all over the place. And I can be conservative because Warlocks are a little bulkier than Hunters. That's the thing. I can be a little bit more reckless with this guy than I feel like I can be with my Hunter. And granted, a Hunter is all about speed, but they're so frail, and that's the only problem I have with Hunters. I like to focus on recovery, which is very, very nice. You know, get my hits off quickly. If I need to take cover, I can quickly get my health back up. Bloom, I alternate between these two things depending on this is for PvE, this is for PvP. This is really nice because this triggers the energy drain effect with Nova Bomb or grenades, which then activates lifesteal, so I can steal life from a distance. On top of that, enemies killed by any of your abilities explode for PvE. This is incredibly useful for taking out enemies in a group because in PvE they like to cluster together so often. So you just chuck your Axion Bolt down and you'll basically, instead of killing just 3, you'll end up killing like 15. It's really nice. Sunsinger is much more of a bulky one. I don't have, the only reason I have it with such high agility at the moment is because this is what I was using for my solo on Crota's End run, because this is very useful for getting away from the Thrall and just staying out of, just staying away from the most harmful enemies, getting into position and laying down your solar grenades. I do typically actually switch this out with Divine Order though, because I like to run the Sunsinger Warlock with much more bulk in mind. He is kind of a tank. That's the thing, is when you're running with Radiance, you kind of have to play like a tank. I mean, you're just this big badass guy chucking grenades around and everybody's firing at you. You're basically a giant flaming beacon of hi, shoot me. So you kind of have to have bulk when you're running around like that, which is why I typically use it. And really, honestly, he doesn't even have like blink or anything. He's just got this really slow glide for the most part. And honestly, agility is just not your friend regardless with Sunsinger Warlock. It just isn't. And I don't really ever change my loadout. I mean, other than changing for the soloing of raids, I don't really ever change anything here. I mean, I do change between my grenades every so often. I'm not really a fan of using fusion grenades, but I can't deny they are incredibly useful for PvP. I don't know. I just don't find myself in a position to use them as much because I'm not a guy who likes to get really close when I throw my grenades. I usually throw my grenades from a distance, soften them up, and then go in for the kill. So yeah, that is our two classes. This is my Warlock. He is awesome. He is a badass. Let's get into the missions. Alright, so I can start showing off some of my weapons.